Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing, and I finally have a Sony Xperia 1 here. This is the new flagship from Sony. It came out at Mobile World Congress. I gave you a hands-on video with a device that didn't have any visible software on it, but actually had a display that would turn on, almost like a dummy phone. But this is it. This is the real thing. The box is a little beat up, as you can see, but that's it. Here's some of the details. So let's open this up. Are you ready? This is actually a pretty sealed box. So I'm gonna have to like pull on it a little bit. And here we go. Ta-da! Wow, look at that. That is magnificent. Did they send me the purple one? It does not look like it. Damn, it's the black one. I can't complain though. So this is a review unit from Sony. Let's take a look at the phone in a minute. First, let's see what else is in the box. Got a divider here, nothing to write home about, some documentation, I presume, and some chargers and things. Huh, there's nothing in here. That's interesting. I guess it's a review unit, so they don't have any documentation. Maybe it's pre-production or something. We got a USB Type-C charger here. You know what's cool about this charger? Check this out. Very clearly labeled. Type-C connector, USB power delivery, 18 watt. I wish all my chargers clearly said right on the connector what the power was and what standard they were. QC for quick charge, PD for full power delivery. This is great. So it's an 18 watt power delivery charger. We've got a cable for it here. Type-C to Type-C. Here's the other one right there. In here, so Type-C to Type-C, and then we've got a headphone to adapter, 3.5 millimeter to USB-C, because this does not have a headphone jack. And strangely, we have a pair of earbuds here that are not USB-C. Check it out. 4-prong, 3.5 millimeter. Weird that they wouldn't put USB Type-C earbuds in here. Actually kind of nice, because with the adapter these will work, and it's kind of universal, so that's cool. All right, so that's it for the box. Let's have a look at the rest of the phone. Let's look at this phone. So the big claim to fame, and you can kind of see this in the video, this is the long and narrow phone. So tall, I should say, and narrow, right? Narrow and tall in this direction. And the reason for that is, as you can see, it has a 21:9 aspect ratio OLED display. Not just any OLED, this is a 4K panel. So this is the best of the best, supports all the HDR standards, like whatever they are called, HDR+, HDR10, I'm not sure. Supposedly supports Dolby Atmos, that requires a minimum of 2 speakers, 6.5-inch triple camera, 4K HDR, X1 for mobile, not sure what that means, and Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Sony Xperia 1. And then in the back you can see here, this is how you insert your nano SIM or your micro SD card, a single SIM on this unit. This might be a US device, in which case they won't have dual SIM. It's from USPR. So as you can see, it's super glossy, triple camera and flash here. Let's remove some of these covers, shall we? Well, that didn't make too much noise. What about the back? That didn't make too much noise either. So that's the phone, shiny Sony fingerprint magnet. And let me walk around the edges and everything. You've got at the top here an 8 megapixel f/2.0 camera. Let's see if we can focus. There we go. f/2.0, 8 megapixel camera. And a earpiece, which is also one of the 2 speakers. So there's a bit of a bezel at the top, and as you can see, a little bit of a bezel at the bottom. Let's see if we can get this to focus. You can see like there's a bit of a bezel. I'll turn on the display later, you can see better. 21:9 4K OLED, wow. And then on the back, you've got 3 cameras and a dual LED dual color flash. One of these cameras is a 12 megapixel f/1.6 main camera with OIS, 1.4 micron pixel. The other 2 are also 12 megapixel. One is an ultra wide lens. It has a f/2.4, and I believe it is 1 micron pixels. then we have a telephoto here, 2x optical zoom, also f/2.4 with 1 micron pixels. Again, all three of them are 12 megapixels. The big news is, even though Sony makes most of the sensors for almost every other phone out there, they have never put an OIS sensor on any of their own phones. This is the first Sony phone with optical image stabilization on a main sensor ever. So that's pretty exciting. Hopefully it works out well, and it can record, of course, 4K video. So on top here, we've got a microphone, secondary mic, and we have a SIM tray, micro SD tray. This is cool because you can just use your fingernail to pull it out. And there it is. And then you have on the left edge here, absolutely nothing, some antenna bands. On the bottom here, you have a USB Type-C and a speaker and a primary mic. And on the right side here, you have 4 things. Wow. There's a dedicated camera key. Yeah, dual detent. And then power lock button, fingerprint reader, and volume up and down. So that's the lay of the land on this beast. Nice phone. Let's fire it up, shall we? There we go. I'll put it down while I talk a little bit. So yeah, this is on paper a really promising smartphone. Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM with either 64 or 128 gigs of storage. I don't know which version they sent me. As you can see here, there you go. You can see the bezels. A little more bezel at the top, a little less bezel on the bottom, but this is ultra wide, 21:9 aspect ratio. What else is there to say about this? So 3300 milliamp hour battery, not the biggest, but should be okay with Snapdragon 855. Again, specs are off the charts. Like, this is what you expect from a flagship, but it is a $900 plus phone. And the question is, all of this is really cool, this 21:9 aspect ratio especially, but the real question is, how is this phone going to fare? I like this animation. How's this phone going to fare against the Galaxy S10 Plus, the P30 Pro, the OnePlus 7 Pro, and other flagship phones that possibly cost a little less, especially now that they're on sale? And that's what we're going to find out. And if you want to find out, you'll have to listen to the podcast at mobiletechpodcast.com. That's where all of my reviews end up, really. This channel sometimes has reviews and hands-on, but this channel is really a complement to the podcast. So please check out the podcast, and we're on all the major platforms. And of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, comment in the comments, and tell me what you want to see next. I have a bunch of deals with Gear Best. So if you want to buy phones with a kind of a deal, go in the description on the video here and have a look at the deals for this week for Gear Best. And click on in there and get a better deal on a new phone. Finally, I want to thank our sponsor, ProXPN. ProXPN is a VPN. If you need a VPN and you need to value your privacy and security when you travel, hopefully you do, check them out. There's a 50% off discount in the link below. So there's a link in the description for 50% off a professional grade VPN for your privacy and security when you travel all over the world. Check it out. And I want to thank ProXPN for being sponsored. I want to thank Sony for sending me this review unit. And finally, please stay tuned for more videos. Cheers, everybody.